It hasn't been long since our analysis of Sonic Boom, but the game is still drawing attention just because of how different it is. And with over 1,500 comments, we thought we'd look through them all to see what details you guys caught that we missed. But I am proud to say that there weren't many, since I was incredibly thorough with my investigation thanks to the help of the old analysis machine. But you guys do have some interesting theories and observations that we feel are worth pointing out. Of course, be sure to watch the original analysis for an in-depth look at Sonic Boom, as we'll be referring back to that from time to time. So let's see what you guys found. One of the biggest points of contention was the laser that Tails is firing at one point during the trailer. When we first looked at it, we thought this was another function of the Enter Beam, but Debo0009 and several others looked closer and realized some interesting facts. For one, the Enter Beams all match their user's fur color. We can see this in the picture with Sonic and Amy, and even with Tails during the TV show trailer. But when Tails is using the laser in this scene, it's actually green. What's strange is that Tails isn't actually holding anything in this scene, as many of you pointed out. Instead, he reaches toward his tool belt and almost tosses the laser out. Is this a new kind of weapon? It does have an effect on the nearby rock that bursts into rings as well as the door. Or wait, is that a door? According to DeJoying, it may actually be a minecart that you activate to run along the tracks. Or is it something completely different? Maximus Gaming noticed that there is a small hole that forms once the object is hit, and if you look closely, it almost looks like a portal to another area. Is that what he's guiding the small robot to? But this laser has another odd effect that we completely missed the first time. When it strikes the object, the rock to the right actually shrinks. Just what the heck is this mysterious laser? This same scene holds another clue to Sonic Boom's gameplay. From the many developer interviews that have come out, we know that the game will have cooperative multiplayer, but how will that type of design work in single player? We thought it may be something like Sonic Heroes, but AMAX Production points out that in that game, the computer-controlled characters would stick close to each other. Tails, Sonic, and Amy are standing too far away from one another, so it could work more like the LEGO games. There, you would push a button to immediately take control of another character. Another favorite topic was the scene in the slime factory. We mentioned how Amy was running through special rings, but we missed that there was a better look at those rings when she's performing her spin attack. Upon closer inspection, we can see that there's actually something inside them. Derpinator01 believes it looks like a jetpack, so it could act as a type of power-up, while Oricon Mewtwo thinks that it could be a piece of scrap. Maybe you even collect them to take them back to the hub in order to build new gadgets and progress to other levels. And speaking of the central hub, Mecha Shadow believes that the other buildings in the background could actually be pieces of other stages, or even hubs from later in the game. But just because I was thorough doesn't mean I didn't make mistakes. For instance, I said that Sonic landing on his head wasn't normal. Plasma Reshiram and plenty of others pointed out that I had forgotten the many times that he face-planted. Unfortunately, I only remembered one of the few times he didn't. Sanemi Fan 666 also pointed out that this isn't exactly the first time we've seen Amy be acrobatic. In the past, she showed off some skills in both Sonic Adventure and Sonic Heroes, but it's a shame that she doesn't display that talent more often. Then there's Ed Davidson, who pointed out that the Tornado 2 actually did have a second seat once before in Sonic Heroes, only this time it was behind the pilot's seat rather than beside it. But the biggest blunder I made was when I pointed out Sonic's kicking animation, meaning that he can perform actual combat combos. I tried to be specific by pointing out that he rarely did this outside of the occasional Werehog appearance, but I forgot about some other examples. Sonic 724-12574 reminded me of Sonic the Fighters, while Cheesy Granola pointed out his kicks from Sonic Battle, and K. Broly did the same for the kick maneuver from Sonic Lost World. While I only meant main series Sonic titles and actual combos, you guys are technically correct. However, Firecracker Mola did point out that the kicking animation that Sonic performs is almost exactly the same as his high kick from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Okay, we're almost done here, but Speed Breaker number 1 had something interesting to point out about the music. The song used in the trailer is actually a song by Skrillex, something we never realized because, well, we don't listen to Skrillex. But he finds it strange that Sega would spend so much money to license the music for only a couple of seconds in the trailer. He wonders if Skrillex may provide some of the soundtrack of the game. While we think this may be a bit of a stretch, it's not out of the realm of possibility. After all, Sonic did have a fan in Michael Jackson. And with that, we're done looking at all the theories and corrections you guys had to offer. If you like this video, be sure to like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for more on Sonic Boom and other things gaming too. Alright, you guys liked it so much the first time, have it again without me talking over it. Until next time.